Yeah, good evening, Warband, and welcome back to Warband Exiles. We've got Sotnar, Conor McCracken, Ivan Lozano, Celez, I don't know how to pronounce the rest of that, Random Gen Z Bastard, and Blinded Journeyman. Welcome, 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 welcome. Alright, so well, I've been keeping up with some of the news on this, and the Age of Sorcery is apparently going to end soon. So I'm kind of trying to speedrun the last bit of the content, and we still have not beaten the dungeon for this season. So that's our goal for this stream. Also, Ivan, what do I think of the song Babe, We're Gonna Love Tonight by Lime from the 80s? I have no opinion on it, because I don't know, maybe I've heard it before, but nothing comes to mind with it, honestly. Welcome back to based Minecraft. It, very much so, like... I mean, I think it's kind of based Rust, more so, but Rust is pretty based in of itself. I don't know. Whatever you'd want to call this, I love it. But right now, we need to pick up a few things and make some special weapons in preparation for our little trip into the lands of the Golem. And for that, we got to get a couple fragments of power. And fragments of power, yeah, they're a little tough to get sometimes. We're heading out here. We're going to hunt down, well, not only the ones that we can, but also the ones that the bosses drop. Lime's a Canadian group that was huge in Chicago for being included in house mixes. House music was usually never my thing, so... I might have to go look them up after this. And also, I don't know if anyone else knows how to deal with the whole upload pending stuff, but I tried to get 3 songs queued up last night, and they're all still pending, so I got no clue what the heck's going on there. Eating all of Yeetus' minions. Look, I can't help it if most of the enemies down here are skeleton based. We're trying to do some stuff where we don't take quite as much damage. Because normally I play very aggressively and end up just taking a whole crap ton. Now offline I did beat the wine cellar dungeon. Just in case anyone's familiar with the wine cellar. I needed the legendary armor recipe, and unfortunately that was the only way I knew how to get one. So it is possible to do, but it's certainly not easy with my current gear. Trying to beat this one world boss, both to get the challenge and also to get this guy's fragment of power. Fortunately, these guys are just tanky for health. Actually, and quick survey of chat. Would you guys be interested in Conan challenge videos? I'm a fan of them on some other stuff, like can you beat Skyrim using only your fists? I was wondering how much of that would actually apply to Conan Exiles. I was curious, like, what if you did a restricted run where it's like, okay, maybe I'm not trying to beat the whole game, but can you beat this one boss with just your fists? We tried something similar with the Cocaine Bear challenge a while back. But I figure if you spec yourself out, like try tackling bosses fists only at level 60 with some high tier gear, it might be possible to beat some of these bosses. I was watching Manic's stream, but know nothing about VTubers. Try to follow along the stream. Stream ended and autoplayed another one. It was an hour in before I realized it was different. Damn. Guess it depends what Manic. There we go. This depends what Manic was on. Like, there's been a lot of VTuber news like in the past couple weeks, so it's understandable. Those. That. I'm trying to find a crystalline guardian head. Haven't had much luck. What we need, because here's the thing. When we last faced off against... Ooh, craft legendary tool. Maybe we can do that. When we last faced off against the dungeon of Karak, we ran into a problem. Namely, those golems were tough to beat, and we couldn't really get enough healing items. Now, healing items, I found some ways to deal with. And the golems, through doing a little bit of research, I found have a key weakness. Star metal. Due to Conan lore, golems are weak to star metal. What I figure is if I'm going to go fight the golems, I'm going to need at least a set of star metal gear. Working our way through these tiers. Gotta try to get this unlocked. Season ends. Hey, Morse code sup. Welcome, welcome. So, we got the world boss. Now, gotta try to find a way to get the next thing. So, legendary weapons. Those might be a bit of an issue, challenge-wise. Harvesting black ice. Doable if we go to the right spot, but it's a little out of the way. And harvesting crystal. I really don't want to use my XP multipliers on anything worse than a rare. So, I'm going to have to see about crafting a legendary tool when we get back. Moment, though. I'll actually make use of this horse that I bought. So armor plus 50, I think. Fine. Just be on the horse. You gotta kick the horse to the side to get on it. You're going to just zip up, and then I believe there's another map room somewhat nearby. But we need to get at least one more item. Leave this area. So, now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Fragments of Power, they'll give you knowledge points, which normally you can only get from leveling up. But they spawn somewhat randomly out here. Random spots like this. Only so many of them spawn. They get us additional feat points and put towards advanced stuff like the Star Metal Spear. Can also be occasionally traded in for somewhat better items as well, which we might need. There is an additional item that I want. It's difficult to craft, requires a fragment of power, and also some very rare venom glands. That is this item. Take a look in survival. Down at the bottom, there's an item called the Venom Infused Two-Handed Sword. That used to be the meta item. Like, if you wanted to win in PvP, you carried that or you gave it to a friend. Because Venom is different from poison. It does way more damage and it stacks really nasty. And while it won't be of much use against the golems, I think that when we're up against some of the more human enemies, it would prove very useful. But we're going to need, I'm pretty sure, come on, climb. Hey, thanks for the stream share. You're going to need fragment of power to get it. Yes, it actually spawned here. And then we're going to need some venom glands from sand beasts. Then, go craft some stuff up. Sand beasts spawn out this way. On the mountain. You gotta admire the stones on these guys. They see someone like this just rock it up and they decide, yeah, let's shout and try to attack him. That's sure to go well. They go, yeah, let's attack him. This mace is pretty good. I think it's one of the season pass maces. Comparable to legendaries at the very least. Forced teleport to us. Go. Down by the river. Did I beat the game yet? This one, well, the problem is you beat the game, you kind of delete your character. So I could get all the items necessary to beat the game, but beating the game means that the character is deleted and I'd have to start with a fresh one. So not really an objective worth pursuing. Now, beating the dungeon of this season, well, that's the objective. We're just getting a couple last-minute items for preparation. Head down this way a little bit, cross the river, and then run along the beach until we find the sandstorm beasts. There's a couple other dungeons to fight, but we haven't quite gotten to those yet. Yeah, naked dude with knives versus crocodiles. Yeah, I kind of thought it would end that way too. Thoughts on having a members option in the future? I've considered it. I need to figure out some perks for it. And I'm just not the biggest fan of like having YouTube be a gatekeeper to money. I mean, I do have the donation options, which, well, I should shill if people want to tip. So if you want to tip, then they have that option. But I don't know. I guess if there's a demand, I can put up a poll and see how much my audience wants a member option. But personally, I'd like to try to bypass YouTube so far as monetization goes as much as possible. And I'm still trying to get in contact with Hammerhand to get him to consider StreamYards. Well, no, not StreamYards, Streamlabs. Because he's been having issues, of course, with YouTube getting his money rightfully. And so I'm thinking, look, can't we just go around them? And that YouTube does not seem to like me anyway, because at first I thought that my song was not uploading was maybe due to, oh, YouTube servers are going down and whatnot. But no, everyone else seems to be able to upload videos just fine. They just don't like my synthwave for some reason. Because, like, I ain't doing this for the money. So I'm not really all about the aggressive monetizing, because most monetization just goes to like keeping the servers going, like the Minecraft server, the Conan server. A little bit might go towards Ava if there's any left after that, to make sure that I own the rights to all the songs produced. But that's about it. Most of this I just fund as a hobby out of pocket. So, we'll see. As for other monetization options, like, I do want to put together an album of these tracks that I've been putting out, and then make them downloadable on Bandcamp or something. I think that'd be a way to allow people to purchase the stuff that they like, and then do a bit of financing that way, and of course go around YouTube. Because I'm pretty sure that Bandcamp doesn't take 50%. I don't know what they take, but I'm pretty sure it's not 50%. Then see about using something like itch.io to maybe sell indie games there if I start to get those going. Yes, hobbies are excellent, because as you know, between Warband stuff and my wargaming hobby, yeah, I'm fully booked. I don't got time for much else. Hey, Ivan, you use this stream however you like. If it's some nice background noise while you get some sleep, then by all means. And I can totally relate to that 4 a.m. grind set. I'm pulling a lot of long hours these days, which is good because it means more money for Warband stuff and overpriced miniatures. Let's see, we should be getting close. The sandstone ruins are in the area here. It's been a while since I was at this part of the map. Anyone who's actually watched the intro to the game, which has probably been a while, but during the intro video you see Conan and Rasmo Shem face off against some freaky sand-based creatures. Oh, here's the sandstone ruins, I think. That's actually the sand beast that I'm going to be fighting. And what they don't show is that these things are actually incredibly venomous. That's why we need them, because they produce top-tier venom glands for top-tier venom weapons. Clip's starting up again. Ooh, Ivan, yeah, that's one hell of a grind set. Get some sleep when you can. Hopefully the paycheck's worth those hours, man. If you're salaried and that's what you got to pull for it, then I'm sorry. But if you're hourly and you're getting that, well, hopefully that's a nice fat paycheck with some nice fat overtime bonuses. Gotta watch the fog wall. Attached to old games like Delta Force, Conflict, Global Storm. Don't know if you know it. Delta Force sounds familiar. Conflict, Global Storm. Can't say I've ever played that one. Not sure about. I guess the thing. We've got so many generations. What some people consider old is different. Yeah, I've been able to pick up a whole bunch of nice NES-style asset packs. So what I'd probably do is make some old NES-style games along the lines of Contra or Castlevania, and then brand them with Warband-style stuff with a little bit of alterations to the enemies and the player sprites. I think that'd be pretty fun. I think it's good to model a bunch of indie games on those old ones because it was very simple, but very deep and very fun at the same time. Here we are, we've got some sandstorm beasts. Personally, I'd be very happy if I made a Castlevania parody, a Contra parody, and then a Metroid parody. Alright, yeah, Sand Beast Bile Glands. I'm not sure how many we need, but I'm going to get as many as I can. I'll aim for a Trigon 6 synthesizer and try to make warband tracks. I mean, if that's a synthesizer that you got your heart set on, I can't say I'm familiar with it. I use FL Studio for a lot of my musical stuff when I'm not just piggybacking off of AI.
This temple serves as the home of the Scourge Stone, Bonded One. Here you will spend your days in service to the divine element and the one who protects it. It is a great honor to you and to all your kind that we allow such access to our most holy sites. We thank the slave, for the alternative is a screaming death.
Warband FFL2 clone. Final Fantasy Legends for Game Boy Color? I will have to look that one up. Because depending on the style of game, it might not be that difficult to make. Well, let's just roast these for an ARPG. Exactly. Like there's plenty of Warband-esque lore to expand upon. And Chronic seems to be okay with people playing pretty fast and loose with like what is canon, how storylines go. So as far as I'm concerned, if you've got an idea and you want to make it Warband flavored, by all means go for it. Hey Manic, welcome, welcome. We are gathering some Sand Beast Bile Glands. Need their venom. Got 4. It's pretty good. Might actually be enough. Oh, geez, where would be the nearest? Oh. Oh. Someone's got an altar of Zath up? Jeez. Probably Locust. Shrine there. Let's see. The Sinkhole. Dagon's Eye. Honestly, the jungle's probably faster to get to. JRPG, cool mechanics. Robots with Uzis. Well, if it's a classic JRPG, we might be able to get away with like RPG Maker. I've got that and a bit of sprite editing, and that it's got a pretty robust event system. That'd be kind of fun. Robots with Uzi. All right, yeah. So apparently Manic Final Fantasy Legends 2 for the Game Boy Color. I'm sure you can emulate it. So let's just try to slip around this way. Really be able to figure out too much of the hyper-intensive horse breeding or leveling. I always wonder whether or not it's possible to get even better horses this way. But the amount of effort that you need to train them up to be in high enough level that you can tell the difference, it's one heck of a grind. And I just don't have the hours I used to be able to sink into this. Back in the day, though, oh boy, yeah, you'd have a freaking army of followers, all level 20, geared up, optimized, and then a whole stable of horses ready to go. Some of the old bases back in the day, they were just filled to bursting. You had chests upon chests of redundant gear. You didn't even know what to do with it all. And did you head RM already? Wait for the warnings then, sorry. I got RPG Maker like freaking ages ago. It's got its own strengths and weaknesses, but being very pick up and play is nice. It's difficult to code a bunch of that stuff behind the scenes. I mean, I could theoretically make it with like Godot or maybe Game Maker Studio, but I bought Game Maker Studio right when it was adjusting to 2, so most of the stuff I know is outdated for the latest version. So yeah, I'd probably either make it with RPG Maker or Godot. Boost price for FFL2? $25 for a Game Boy Color game that's probably like, yeah, what, 1 year for every year, $1 for every year old it is? Jeez. I mean, it's been a long time. Who knows what that thing sold for at launch? Citrus, have I seen the animation? No, I saw the link to it, but like, between work and getting this set up and just trying to get some food in me, I haven't caught it yet, but I will take a look at it, Citrus. If MZ, there's an ARPG plugin DLC. I think I have MZ. Or MV, do you mean? Because I'm pretty sure I have MV. It's been a while. I'd have to double check. The floating gazelle. For a bug, that one's pretty consistent. Just, it's kind of how they spawn in. It's weird. I've looked a bit behind the scenes at how these things spawn in and how the map spawns in, and it is, yeah, weird is just the only way I can think of to describe it. Head up and over. I think what's the best way to get up there? Hey, Sergeant Grinch, welcome, welcome. Small projects in RPG Maker started with Warband, but never had time to finish. First world and the outside sprites for the first city out of 4. That's part of the big problem. Like, I've seen RPG Maker games that I would say are successful as games, and there's like next to no combat, if not no combat whatsoever. When making games, you've really got to think, what is the bare minimum for the experience? Because sometimes I see that, like, some of them that are just glorified visual novels. And I think that even that can kind of work. Because once you throw the combat out and then just look for making kind of an interactive story in the world where it's just about exploring and finding all the secrets. Like, those games, they work, and they'll even sell. But it's so easy to get caught up in everything that you think an RPG needs that it takes ages. And I think if you're working on 4 cities initially, I think that you've probably started at the wrong position. Because 4 cities, like, that's overkill. Better to have one really well-developed city than 4 smaller cities. I think even animes get that right a lot of the time, where like they'll focus on making you really invested in one city setting that acts as the home base for the characters. Shit. Ow. Rather than trying to get you to fall in love with new cities all the time. Citrus can get a wrench? Yeah, sure, Citrus, you can get a wrench. Right there we go. Yeah, let me know if I'm a little too quiet, guys. Welcome, welcome, just some random guy. PUA village of cardboard boxes with burn barrels. Narrative driven just for the lulz. Yeah, that's the thing. I definitely consider like scrapping a lot of combat unless you want to make the combat the focus, and even then keeping it minimal. Because unless you've got a really, really good combat idea, it can kind of just bog down what you want to tell. And the true strength of the JRPG is largely the narrative. Like, if your combat isn't serving the narrative in the JRPG, I think you're doing it kind of backwards. Crooked Man, Yume Nikki, I've heard a lot of... There's been a lot of hype for it, but I know very little about it. It's kind of a surreal art piece. Yeah, tons of areas and secrets. I'll be honest, Undertale was one of those games that got me thinking about taking game development seriously, because that was just, well, one dude who had his girlfriend do a bunch of the artwork. And like, that was it. And he was primarily a musician, so... Yeah, like, if one dude is capable of making, like, a full indie game experience that way, then, like, why not give it a shot? So... flip back, now that we found a way back over here. Let's see about making that sword real quick. Hopefully getting the legendary weapon achievement. It is a legendary weapon, correct? No, legendary tool. Shit. Legendary tools. I mean, would a star metal one count? Or do I need to make something a little more special than just a star metal tool? It's hard to make legendary tools, really. What would that even qualify as? You can't make a black blood tool. I mean, I could maybe make an obsidian tool, but that's, needless to say, kind of difficult, especially since getting obsidian bars would be a whole process in of itself. Yeah, cave story by a dude. I think Spelunky as well. Dwarf Fortress, like, classic example. That's just 2 guys, a whole lot of time, and autism levels that would make Chaz blush. Joe Biden's legendary tool. Okay, perhaps, but I don't think he has a craftable recipe. But the 5th anniversary did give a recipe for a golden pick, so maybe that qualifies as legendary. Also see what it takes for this venom sword. Oh, we can make it. Sand Beast Bile Gland, just one of them, and a Fragment of Power. And it is a star metal weapon, so it might actually be effective against the golems. Get that crafting. Golden pick requires 30 steel bar, 15 leather, 1 gold bar, and 5 branches. Do we even have a gold bar anywhere around? Kinda ground up all my gold to make alchemy base, so I don't even know if we have any gold. We might have to run out to the volcano after all. Alchemy base, hearts, coins. Ooh. And a bit of star metal. Although, as for golems, what I have been meaning to do: crystalline, crystalline, crystalline with a maul, and don't really have a better head than this. We'll create a lightning rod one. Need another leg and another arm. We're going to craft ourselves a golem. Yes, we'll grab that. Brimstone head, brimstone leg, crystalline arm. Right? You went too hard on items. I mean, we were supposed to feel bad for him because I don't. One other thing I wanted to do today was I wanted to show the creation process of a golem. Because I haven't shown that on stream yet. So we are going to assemble one. We'll put an iron brimstone leg, crystal brimstone leg, crystalline brimstone torso, empty arm, irregular arm. Oh. Wait, we gotta make the head. A nice brimstone head. That way he gives off a nice cloud of toxic gas, which will be useful when fighting the spiders. Because we're gonna bring a golem to fight. Let us animate a golem. Walking all the way around all the furniture. Don't worry, buddy. You're following me until you break apart. Yeah, so, yeah, apparently, yeah, Brimstone creates some damaging AoE effects. I don't think it affects me, though. Get up close? Nah, it doesn't affect me. The other thing about golems is that they don't heal, per se. Very much kind of all or nothing with them. Also, we have some infused wraps. So we're going to grab some of those. Need to make a couple adjustments to our build before we go off and fight. And it looks like I am completely out. I'm all out of gold. That's annoying. I do have this venom infused two-handed sword, so that's at least something. Yeah, you can't fix them up. They are just meant to be kind of used until they break. Repair hammer would be a nice way to fix them, but that's just not the mechanics for how they wanted them. They want to make sure that they're, I don't know. They want you to burn through them. I guess there's no nice way to put it. Alright, so I think we've got most of what we need. We've got enough blood crystals. Go through. We have 20 aloe extracts, a bunch of infused wraps. So that should be enough healing items to see us through basically everything. Gas orbs might be neat for some of the spiders. Don't really need breathing potions. Don't need feral flesh. We don't need insects. Bow we're probably going to need. Ivory arrows for that. I want to consider star metal arrows if I can make them. Feels weird just constantly running in circles around here, but it works. That sticks. Star metal and some feathers. Do we even have feathers? I was like thinking of like things that you don't consider whether or not you have until you realize you need them. Past this star metal. We'll make some star metal arrows. A few feet to the east of the set Golem temple if you want to swing by. We might. We're going to try the Golem dungeon first. That's really our objective for today, and we're almost 1 hour in, and who knows if we're going to be able to make it in one go. We're our best. Riptide, honestly a really nice legendary weapon. Allows you to water breathe as long as you're... Ah, there we go. Bunch of feathers. Perfect. Let's make some star metal arrows. We're not have... Surely I have explosive arrows somewhere in here. Yeah, specialist. There we go. I've heard that we might need these for some reason. Tar and dragon powder. Tar is easy enough. Dragon powder doesn't take that much to craft. Demon blood and steel fire. Steel fire we get from brimstone and tar. Oh, we do have some goldstone. Perfect. All right, we can actually make that golden pick. All right, so we'll toss that in here. That cooks. Tar from the tannery. Where did I drop all that demon blood? So I had a bunch. Just dumped it somewhere random. Leather, 5 sticks. Oil. Ah, there's some demon blood, so that settles that anyway. Tar and the demon blood. Craft up a bunch of Citrus, who's my favorite Undertale character? I think I like Asgore the best. Yeah. I'd say I'm a fan of Asgore. Oh damn, Sotenar dragging iDubbbz over the coals, but entirely deserved from what I can tell. Not on the height myself, so iDubbbz has never been anything more than just a cuck fodder for the Warband, so... Those of you who knew him in his prime, well... Far the mighty have fallen, I suppose. Oh, yeah. Get the dragon powder queued up. Inventory management, definitely need to make that a priority at some point. Everything here is just kind of... Oh, there's some steel. It's just like, keep searching every single chest you can find until eventually... Like, eventually you're going to find what you need, but it might take a while. Oh yeah, that's the thing I want. And hopefully this qualifies as a legendary tool. And no, it does not. It does not. That qualifies as a legendary tool. Because if it has to be obsidian, that's gonna suck. But, alright, some star metal arrows. Let's see if crafting it. Well, we'll use this opportunity here. Arrows, attach that. Alchemy bench, and let's see, can we make a potion of bestial memory? Yes. So we are going to need to pop one of these and fix up our stats. Normally I go incredibly high strength, but we're actually going to shave a couple points off for this. Now... Jeez, which one of these? I'm going to say second skin because I'm wearing heavy armor. Both of these to 15. Percent additional armor pen while carrying a medium or lighter load. 15% to distant targets. We're going to be fighting at closer ranges, so I'm going to say precision strike. Crit, we're going to get up to 10. So we've got fast stamina regen, and then we're going to max out vitality. With fast healer, so that our potions and whatnot are more effective. And glutton for punishment. Word, get that emote. The legendary tool. I gotta see what qualifies as a legendary tool. Huh. Oh. Library of esoteric artifacts stuff, huh? Yeah, I don't know if we have anything that'll do that. But we'll find out in a minute. If I have anything that qualifies. Survival, esoteric artifact. Gravedigger, maybe? Crud, we probably need another fragment of power for that. I don't know, would that qualify? Or do I need to get a whole bunch more? Ton of health, and yeah, we are now heavily encumbered. What can we take out? Put that tar. This game's got its own share of like bugs. Some of them visual, some of them actually mechanical. 163. What the? Gotta be the armor. The armor's gotta be weighing me down like crazy. Materials wise, what can we get rid of? App. Weapon repair kits. We don't need many of those. Spectre coating. We're not really fighting many undead. Poison. Gas orbs. We can ditch the gas orbs. Don't really want to give up Telleth's Sorrow because it's pretty bloody powerful. What do I value more? Venom or raw strength? Say raw strength. This was made with obsidian. Sorry, this was made with star metal, so I don't think Telleth's Sorrow was. We don't need the truncheon anyway. Ditch at least some of these tools. Don't need any of this. Don't need chain bindings, ivory arrows. It's need to go on a killing spree. I'm working on it, Yeet. It's a bit of a process going on the murder spree in this. You gotta get all your ducks in order, as it were. Some more tools. Climbing boots, absinthe. If I had a lasting feast on hand, I need to get to a medium or lighter load, and I don't know if we'll be able to get to that. But at the very least, we can run. That's something. The other problem is that this armor's like extra heavy. Okay, that helps quite a bit. Way with can I ditch 34 of them? Hey, that gets us to a medium load. What we need to do now craft one thing of dragon powder. I need to make a better alchemy bench to save on the steel fire for this because, oh boy, dragon powder can add up very expensive. Hey Citrus, see you later. Maybe. I gotta take a look at it first. This is more of the Warband Exiles stream, but I'll probably shout out in the community tab. Alright, so let's grab dragon powder, make ourselves some explosive arrows, and then I think we will be good to go. Healing arrow, ivory, explosive. I'm not entirely sure what these are supposed to be used for, but they did come recommended. So grab it. Now we've got trail jerky. No, we don't want trail jerky. We need these feasts to keep our buff going. Gets us pretty far in. And then we will put two-handed sword in slot 4. Hit. I'd like to just pump some raw damage onto this. Okay, we'll craft that really fast. And then we'll head out. Almost ready to go. Just seconds more preparation. $65, poison, cripple, two-handed sword. So we have Mason's Shield, which I believe is made of star metal, so it should do more damage against the golems. Bow with star metal arrows should prove decently effective. Poisoned star metal blade. Tool to harvest. Some food. 20 potions, 31 wraps. Quite frankly, if this is not enough to take on this dungeon, then I don't know what it's going to take, to be honest. Yeah, and that's where we need to go right there. Ek Kamozi's Spire. Oh, how nice. They actually made some bridges for easier access. Never underestimate the value of infrastructure in the Exiled lands. With the Glutton for Punishment perk, if we only take one hit, we'll heal all the damage back. Makes it very useful when navigating. Kind of like, almost kind of Call of Duty health. If you don't take too much damage, you can completely recover from it. Guessing that's probably where Wanderer's base is, where that altar of Zath is. I don't see the beam of light in the sky, so I guess we're still kind of far away. Go, and chances are the golem's going to start killing everyone in the area, just because that's what NPCs tend to do. Cut them loose in civilization. But we'll just take our lumps. Oh jeez, as for the horse, what am I going to do with you? Guess we're just risking you. Alright, Mechimozis. Yeah, we're gonna ignore your little screaming sacrifice. We only needed... Did I not bring any? Dang it, I thought I brought more. Horse, do you have any in your inventory? You do not. Golem, I know you don't. Oh, that sucks, but I think we have a way around it, because if I remember correctly, that right there marks where one of the bloodstone beasts spawns. Down the mountain real quick.
What comes in the night? Ahoy there!
Should be able to harvest enough bloodstone to activate transport to the dungeon. Assuming that this didn't get so built up. I think we'll be okay. Now looks like we found Wanderer's place. Neat enough setup. Out. There we go. Dang, yeah, Golem's putting in work. Alright, and do we get enough? 26. Oh, we are short. Short by literally 4 crystals. Okay, I know where another one of them spawns. There's a bunch of locations, it's just a matter of getting to them. Spawned over there, and I found it by accident. Be able to find one more. There's one in the unnamed city down by where the but to get to, but it's either that or a series of warps, and I'm honestly just not sure which will take longer. But the warp travel will take longer, so we're just gonna head to the unnamed city as fast as we can. Oh god. We're still doing decently enough. One or two little hiccups. Why they haven't been able to do anything with that texture pop in. If you guys ever see like some neon pink or purple flash up on the screen, that's an unloaded texture. I don't know why they haven't been able to do something about that. Wouldn't think it'd be that hard, but then again, my work in Unreal Engine's been kind of limited. And this is Unreal Engine 4. It'd be neat to see what they could do if they actually were able to transfer this over to Unreal Engine 5, but I'm willing to bet that for most of the time, the game would just be completely broken for a long, long bloody time. Ooh. City, so we need to head I wonder how effective horses would be at running on stairs. Betting that they wouldn't be very effective. There's like they're bad enough for humans. We made them for ourselves. Having horses do them when they're quadrupeds. I think if a horse can walk up and down stairs, then it's probably very well trained. A lot easier to event in 5. And yeah, it did break a lot. Well, that's the thing. Like, 5, I think, would be easier for big open world stuff because of the new rendering techniques. But I think that if they just copy pasted Conan Exiles into 5, it'd probably break just due to how all the little things would change, and it would take a long time for them to complete the conversion. I think it'd be worthwhile though. Probably a massive pain in the butt. But if they did like a Conan Exiles like remastered and released it on 5, even though it's not like it's a single player game, it's a live service game. It's a pity. I don't think it's practical to transfer it to 5, but I think it'd be really well. It would just work really well on 5. Oh. Okay, so yeah, there's the noxious gas effect. Yeah, Golem poisons shit in an AoE. That's how that works. Makes it hard to fight beside, perhaps, but I can see that being very useful against those spiders. And there we go. Harvest your corpse. Much more generous with the blood crystals here. Carry weight's kind of high. $17,000 hit points, but tactics, engagement, remote. Heard they can harvest stuff, but not entirely sure how that works. Because theoretically, it should be able to harvest minerals and whatnot, break up rocks. So where the heck did my horse get to? Dang it, if I lost the horse, I'm going to be a little annoyed. I don't think I set it to guard anywhere. No, he's following. Where the heck is he? There? I'm sure he'll get close as soon as we get far enough away. That's usually how this works. Alright, king. Horse is following along. It's just way back there for some reason. Not bothering with you, skellies. We got bigger. Put items in the bottom bar of the inventory, and it will harvest when nearby. Well, I mean, I guess I just didn't see the inventory, because I didn't see the open inventory option when I hit its hot wheel. Either way, here, let me on the horse, let me on the horse, let me on the horse, horse, stop. Always becomes a bit of a cluster when you're trying to get on the horse, because you got a bunch of conflicting AI desires. There. Can we get on you? There we go. There's one area that I think I'm gonna have to set up kind of a mining structure. It's because it's got a lot of good stuff to mine in the area, but just a pain in the butt to transport. Even if you have a build, even if you have like a hauling build, you're all set up for it, it's still just a pain in the butt to transfer it all. It'd be nice to set up a smelting refinery in the area. Hey, Sam Fisher, welcome, welcome. We, after finally finishing the preparations, are going to head Dungeon of Season of Sorcery. Arax Dungeon, I believe. Yes. So after hunting down enough bloodstone from the local blood golems, I don't know if they have an actual name, but that's what I call them. Head into that big glowing red pillar in the sky. That is going to direct us where we need to go. Zipping across the land as fast as we can on horseback. It's a bit of a hike. Golem backing us up with a maul. And I've got a couple different weapons, which should hopefully help us face the golems of the area. I didn't bring what would probably be the best one, a two-handed Star Metal Great Hammer. So, might be a little suboptimal. But hopefully it'll be good enough, even if we aren't speedrunning. Is this Manic Mechanics channel? No, this is the Grey Ghost. Although, I can see how you'd make the mistake, be it that we're both VTubers who play video games and talk about nerd shit. Bit higher and let the local NPCs fight off the hyenas. Okay, so we are going to transfer 90 over to you. That gets us well within our limits. Got everything else all set up properly. And we ignite this. Yeah. Let's go.
witness until your eye jelly boils over in joy! Hierophant, show them the screaming ecstasy of revelation!
Alright. Lights out.
The talk is present. The talk is good. The talk is all.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they turned out the lights.
The talk lies waiting. Yeah,
Fortunately, Pierre's venom swords do just fine. Apparently you didn't factor in me being able to see your health bar.
Hierophant, show them the miracles of the outer dark.
I think Venom did the job just fine. No idea where his body got to, but hell, I'll take what I can get. Right? Okay, we got our first golem. Let's see how well this sword does. I mean, that's not particularly... not reassuring. I mean, that's doing okay. So the brimstone is doing absolute murder on my body. Lightning storms make me think that I should have invested in the lightning head rather than giving him more of a brimstone head. But at the very least, we are beating him, I think. Jeez. Come on, Golem. Can you at least distract the buggers? You know, maybe not poison me every 3 seconds? Yeah, I can see rubber banding. I got the berserker now, so. Next time I'm bringing a golem here, it's gonna have the lightning upgrade. Okay, well, we got that one, so. Oh, of course, there's one with a scythe showing up. And we got a wizard, too. Okay. Oh boy, this ain't good. Okay. Well, at the very least, the golem's got the other wizard occupied, so we can make do with that. And then this is doing just fine, I think. And I'm taking a fair bit of damage, but between Gutting for Punishment and Berserker, we are actually doing alright. One down. Now let's just pop a potion real quick. 100%. Next golem that's coming down here is having a lightning head. God dang, how many of these buggers are there?
Hierophant, protect the ritual.
Haha, alright. Golem managed to finish off Uskuda, So let's get that Magi Skull, Dragon Powder. Hector. Oh boy, this ain't good. Oh boy, this ain't good. What fresh hell is this? You die to poison? Yep. You will die to poison just fine. We'll pop another potion here. This. This? Yes. Okay, this is what I needed explosive arrows for. I see. Now, yep, find that. Yep, that did it. Okay, so that's what the explosive arrows are good for. Now I just need to search around. Pop another one of these. There. Okay. That's a thing. Urfreidheim. All right. Y'all have fun playing with each other for a bit. I guess I'll entertain the dragon. I don't know, it's not quite a zombie dragon, I'd say. Should I focus on the dragon or the sorcerer? I'm thinking I should focus on the sorcerer. Normally, minions die when the sorcerer goes. In which case, I probably won't have to wait long because my golem's doing work here. Kind of zip in and hit him with the venom sword and back off. Yeah, that got him.
Flay my flesh, and 10,000 nightmares will pour out. Kill me, and inherit every curse of the outer dark. I have erased my name from the book of life, and scribed it into the book of Azathoth. Ya art soon. I am beyond blades, thews, and apish threats. There is only empty space, and me, and I am but a thought. I was Kurak the Wretched. I am wretched no more. Flay my flesh, and 10,000 nightmares will pour.
See if this works. Oh, Golem beat me to it. Alright, yeah, let us grab the torso, his head, throwing axe, dragon powder, demon blood, steel reinforcement. We don't need the cultist stuff. Oh, and I guess it's time for us to go. Yeah, looks like that's the way back out. Find the golem body is a good idea. Well, yeah, I should have considered that earlier, but I'm getting out before I die of poison. On the whole, not bad. Oh, this is his inventory. Okay, so this is how I place stuff. Yeah, if I brought a follower along capable of dealing with that, that'd be something, but... Got mag? Magus and Kurok's skull. Alright, beat the dungeon. Big talk for a dude that died in one hit. Well, to be fair, like when you have that much corruption on you, you're kind of boned.
I've been expecting you.
May demons tickle your innards. May your mouth fill with an eternity of goat shit and perdition.
Dang, she's got a mouth on her.
The visions came to me.
Get away from me.
Waft by steam. But I also saw a way out. Kurak is chaos. Attack. The preparations are made. The altar... I only require more blood crystals. Through my visions, I spied a way to tap into Kurak's transitory stone. It is the only way in and out of his lair. Away now, before all is lost.
Well, I have his head.
The visions came to me,
Okay.
wafting like lotus smoke. The harder I grasped, the more the truths eluded the grip of my
Capitated
mind.
head of the mad sorcerer
I had to
Kurok.
be very still.
As the effects of his illusions
Melt away
fade, Kurok's
all
true
notion of
scaled
self.
appearance is revealed. Oh, so it was a
Stalk
lizard
those
man.
cagey revelations, like the ghost of thought.
Don't touch me.
Magi's Cache. Ah! Grand Ophidian Magi's Cache for the severed head of Kurok. Might want to get one more of those, but let's see what is in this. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff.
Damn your eyes.
I mean, it's nothing revolutionary. Yeah, nothing revolutionary, but that's kind of neat. Dream glass cannon. What's the thing? He was a glass cannon because he spent... Oh shit, I just told him to attack me.
Greetings, Wanderer. I suspect an interesting and winding road has brought you. I am a sculptor. My current medium is blood crystals. Should you bring me some? I am happy to barter with my skills, such as they are.
I'm gonna need a slightly better gas mask if I'm gonna fight with this golem some more. Alright, but we did successfully take out Kurak, and I feel that was nice. That guy sells friends. Baal Pator's razor. I want one of those. Nice to get different legendary weapons, but not quite what I'm after, and as usual, my golem's gone apeshit. Supply materials. Eye of the Khan. Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good bow. We'll buy that. Canyon bow with remarkable accuracy. Agility weapon. I don't know how much better it is than what it used to be, but it used to give a bonus to your accuracy. However, since the changes in combat, it's probably been nerfed quite a bit. Oh, well, well, that was certainly kind of fun, I'd say. Or what I think we are going to have to do, craft the legendary tool. We need some proper gear. So we managed to beat that, and, well, perhaps a bit underwhelming is how I'd describe it. But we did manage to beat the dungeon. Now, what I think would be worthwhile for the next hour and 20 minutes or so, let's get some recipes and see if we can't craft the legendary tool. I think the Gravedigger, I don't know if it qualifies as. Bindings of the Dead would be worth getting. I heading out, Grinch? Well, thanks for dropping in. Much appreciated. What we can do... head out this way just a bit. Here's pretty good. I'd like to bring along Airy the Ravager to level him up a bit. Just ensure as a legendary tool. Well, true, but I don't think he's craftable in Conan Exiles. Fortunately, some tools are born, not made. I think that there was a map room placed just around here. There it is. A Feroxic Bow, because it ups agility? Yeah, Eye of the Khan doesn't improve anything anymore. That's unfortunate. It used to be, but the Feroxic, I think ups agility? Maybe it ups agility damage, but I think that all items that used to upgrade stats along the baseline, they don't anymore. Because I think that's how things were done, but I don't quite have the library of legendary weapons I used to. If nothing else, the Eye of the Khan would be a good weapon to give to a skilled follower. Up over the hill. Definitely want to build a road through here eventually. Hey Frost, welcome, welcome. So I guess we have a couple options. Try to craft this legendary tool, or work on a bit of infrastructure. And I think that hunting bosses in the city is probably more entertaining. But if there's anyone who's really looking to watch me mine a whole bunch of stuff and build some temporary structures, well, I'm not going to object too hard. Set you to standard. Follow. Should be enough cool to make things work. Obsidian spear is an acceptable weapon. Out Telleth Sorrow, since we don't really need the... I just about wrapped it up. We'll make some more of those explosive arrows, because those were very useful. So we'll craft them. Got plenty of potions. Have some repair kits, so we're good on those fronts. So many lasting feasts though, so. Jerky and trail jerky, different things. Jerky and that. Alright, I guess time to go on a hunt for just a whole bunch of world bosses. Although I suppose we could always harvest a little bit of black ice. Oh wait, I don't think there's a map room up there. Never mind the black ice for now. We're gonna see if we can make a legendary tool. Red mother bow, master weapon fittings, and black ice arrows. Yeah, that does sound like it'd be pretty cool. Well, the thing is, the red mother bow is going to require us to, well, take out the red mother. And she's a bit of a tough customer. I mean, we could try. As far as world bosses go, she's a tough cookie. Yeah, laggy there for a minute. You know what, we can at least see how hard the red mother is to fight. Also, Ari, how are you? Oh yeah, you leveled up? Level 11 now. Should have your first perk by now. You lost effectiveness with melee weapons. You are a spear user who specializes in strength, and you took a strength down. Ugh. Well, I need to hit the achievement for getting you to level 20, so we'll just see what happens, and then if you end up being just kind of a waste, well, whatever. Alrighty. Let's try to... We'll fight the red mother. Maybe we'll see if we can win against her. Probably see what I can do about healing up the horse, too. Alright, so we'll try the red mother. I don't think... Yeah, we've never killed the red mother on stream, or even really off stream in a long time. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can beat the Red Mother, and I'll use Star Metal arrows to help us out. Yeah. Honestly, I may have been better off with the Venom Sword for her. We're doing decent damage. If I can just keep lining up these headshots. Yeah, she don't play. All right. Yeah. Oh. We got that fragment of power. I mean, yeah, the pedestal probably worked just fine. But I do want to fight, or at least somewhat fair. Like, she's already beating up Aerie pretty thoroughly. But, nah, I left the Golem behind. I actually want something that can heal and gain levels. She just does not freaking want to get hurt. Yeah, I'm just rapid firing. There. Let's maybe hit her with some Tellith Sorrow with some poison on it. I'd say we're really in danger of dying here. I'd say ammo is more of a concern. Damn, she's tanky. Oh yeah. She's got just an insanely huge health pool. That's why poison and venom is actually incredibly effective against her, because it does damage based on a percentage, not via numbers. So you stack up a whole bunch of poison on or bleed on her, yeah, she tends to drop pretty fast. Ironically, daggers are probably the most effective weapon to fight her with. There we go. Well, that's the Red Mother. We got another Fragment of Power, Armor Patch Kit, Lightning Rod Guardian Head, some steel bars, and let's see what we harvest from the corpse itself. Oh, we got her head. That's nice. Volatile glands, some dragon bone. Whole ton of leather. What, have you decided you're too good to eat plant fiber now? Yes, you have. Red dragon head until I can figure out what to do with you. Right? Yeah. Another 2 fragments of power. Old school version of Monster Hunter? Think it more a simplified version of Monster Hunter. Like, old school Monster Hunter is still very complicated. This is, well, it's its own kind of deal. It's a weird blend between an action RPG, an MMO. But yeah, you do get to fight the occasional giant monster like that. Let's see how well this weapon does against this boss. Watch my stamina.
Taste death.
Can't tell if I'm hitting him or not. Swinging away.
Curse you.
I have to put like a torch in the offhand just so you guys can see what the heck's going on. There we go. Oh yeah, let's see about getting one of those glowing weapons. There's a couple out there. Just a bit hard to find sometimes. I think we're talking about Black Pill. Oh, God, it's been a while since I had a Red Pill cult meeting to roast the guy properly. Honestly, like, let's be honest, most of what Think Before You Sleep talks about nowadays is fat chicks. Like, that seems to be the only thing he can still talk about without losing followers is how fat chicks are wrong and people are like being addicted, and like people are addicted to shitty food and poor lifestyles. Like, hey, I mean, it's probably not technically wrong with that. It's just it's also not really anything that's revolutionary. But whatever, he's got his grift. Really should just learn to stay in his lane and not talk about the manosphere. It needs more whetstoning, true. Well, that's the thing. I have repair kits, so there is kind of a whetstone mechanic, but instead of sharpness, it's tool repair. So, a couple more dragons here, but I'm not particularly interested in them. Wonder. Does consuming the honey jerky... Oh, it does not override the carry rate. That is good. Doesn't appear to override the carry rate. UI's all wonky. Climbing speed seems pretty decent. And, alright, we got lucky. Another fragment of power. And a couple silver coins, too. So... well, we can try cashing in these fragments of power, see if we get a legendary tool. Let's go. Couple other areas we can look. There's a big snake inside that Temple of Set. Should be a couple skeleton lords probably spawned by now. Could fight them. A few more places we can search, but given all the environmental fragments we found, we've probably got most of them. Like crazy. Narrow doorways, my one weakness. Alright, so this is where we cash in these fragments of power. Rot. Sword, already have. Taxidermy, not really required. Before I commit too hard, I just want to check out... One particular item counts. It looks like our only option is to get the Bindings of the Dead recipe. Gravedigger Scroll? Nah, I have a Gravedigger Scroll, Wanderer. Apparently Bindings of the Dead is what's required. How many venom-infused swords do we need? We have faux taxidermy as well. Like, I thought Gravedigger might work, but I don't think it does. Because it's not technically a tool. Technically, the Gravedigger is a weapon. So, another fragment around here. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be up there. Part of a hero or something. Bindings. There it is. Okay, well, we got that one anyway. Maybe that'll do the job. Yeah, tier 4 armor is pretty high ranked, but Bindings of the Dead. That's the only legendary tool. The alternative is if I just re-roll the challenges. Which is another option. Let's at the very least pop this one and see if it's enough. Lucky War Axe. Not a terrible one, just not what I'm after. War Axe, two-handed sword, regular sword. I think I'm just going to re-roll the challenges. Bears, reptilian monstrosities. Those we can deal with. Shout out to Wanderer for setting up some extra map rooms around. They go a long way. That's actually one thing that I will need, though. There we go. Apparently the horse likes to eat bark. mark its inventory, and then it actually heals up a little bit. This way? So, Cobra, are you made of lean? I love lean. I still forget what the heck lean is. Like, I've been told some sort of, like, weird mixture of, like, what? Alcohol and other shit, but I don't know. Alrighty, so alien monstrosities aren't terribly difficult to find. Alien monstrosities are down south that way, and then bears are over here. I think we'll do the bears first. Find a good chunk of bears nearby. They can actually be somewhat difficult to find if you don't know exactly where they are. Up and around this way. Up and over. It should just be over here. There's actually the King's Niche. Has its own little skeleton boss, which drops the incredibly valuable infused wraps. Literally the best bandages in the game. You can't even craft them. They only drop from that one boss. Thankfully he drops a lot, so you don't need to kill him very frequently. Oh yeah, I know you were in an alpha clan. Yeah, no, burnout's really what gets you. The alpha clan that I've known lasted the longest. They basically only had 2 out of the 10 people active at for any amount of time, but it was well understood by the server that if you started messing with them, then they'd pull out all 10 of them, if that was even necessary, which it often wasn't. Come on, bear cub. You still count as a bear, so avert your eyes, PETA. Hey, Steve Sanchez, welcome. I think the only time I ever actually was part of an alpha clan, what ended up happening in the end was treachery from within. Had a really good location on Sipta, and we'd basically been around since the start. Hard to chase a janky bear. Well, Nil, if you want in, just message me on Discord and I'll send you the link to the Warband server. In time, I am hoping to build up a decent sized server with a bunch of cool people. So we've got a few people who are kind of built up now, but PvP has been fairly low, which is nice. It keeps things fairly casual. But it'd be kind of nice to have like a big old clan war event one day. I think that there's a couple more bears just over here. There we are. And 4 more. Okay. It'd be a bit easier to find, really. Oh, I guess there's only... There's gotta be more bears somewhere on the map. Bear. I think up here it's more tigers and wolves, not so much bears. This way it's mostly wolves. Okay, apparently there's some up in that area. I think there might be some around New Azagarth. So apparently, right around oh, it's nice to keep that they kept in touch, you know. Like, I could probably get in touch with at least one of my old clan members if I just bothered to hit him up. He still plays stuff, but I don't know if he plays Conan anymore. But yeah, Neil, if you want in on the Warband Exiles server, just hit me up on Discord. And should be able to work from there. If you're in the Warband chat, you should be able to find the link to me. How are we? It's 40 minutes. Avoid aggroing freaking rot branch or whatever. Just up here, I think. Most. Bit of a hop, skip, and a jump. Gather in the area if one felt so inclined. There we go, bears. There we go. Alright. Successfully took out a lot of bears. Black Lotus and reptilian monstrosities, huh? That is doable. Very nice. No Gurkhani wolf. Well, if we need to warp down to jungle, then we'll just hit the map room up over here. Just down this way. Bridge, forest, and jungle. Right down to where the Black Lotus is. Gather a couple by hand. I really need to make that Yogite Chosen mask in order to get some gas protection. go. Black Lotus gathered. The rhino using poison. That'll be a pain in the butt. Not particularly difficult to do, but gotta get to a rhino. I gotta make sure I don't have a follower with me. So otherwise they'll kill the rhino with non-poison. Difficult. Challenge itself, it's more so trying to prevent something else from getting around the challenge. Here we are, a reptilian monstrosity. We'll use Teleth's Sorrow to take it out. I kill 5 of them. Should be fairly fast. The follower leveled up. 12, huh? Not too concerned about the bird creatures one. Thankful for anything we can get. That guy will probably qualify, and he's a legendary. Main problem with those gore attacks is that they stack bleed real fast. Extra hit. And I got the high agility, I may as well use some of the arrows. Oh, and that's the last of my arrows. Just as I hit Berserker. Important part is we got the skeleton key. Find where the chest is. Oh, there's a legendary chest around here. There it is. Love tap. Oh, this is a nice weapon. Love tap's really good because it does non-lethal damage. damage, and it swings like a mace. So it is the perfect friendship weapon. If we can finish off the last reptilian monstrosity. What's with the knockoff rhino? It's a reptilian monstrosity. It's basically a jungle rhino. They like to use reused assets and some reskins for their creatures, so things like the reptilian monstrosity as a rhino reskin, both in looks and attack animations. Okay. Good in the bazaar? Not really. I don't think that there's any map rooms down in this southern area, so we'll have to head back up to the higher one. Frost Lotus next, which is quite doable. Employment creating device down 9,000. This is true. It is an ideal employment generating device. Or a recruitment. All Shattered Cove here. Map room in the upper staging area. I don't know where the heck the upper staging area is. Yeah, I'm not sure what the upper staging area is, Wanderer, but I know where the one is around like Dagon's Eye, so I'll just zip back there real fast. It's a little nice thing when if you can get a lot of people on the server, then everywhere becomes at least somewhat populated. I do miss running through here and then seeing whoever set up shop in the local area. Yeah, Northwest Jungle. Yeah, the staging area. That's... Oh, I have old, fond, and some not so fond memories of that place. You know how to hold it. It's one of the best base spots in the entire game. Of course, there's stairs just over there. Oh boy. Come on. Yeah, meanwhile, just racking up bodies. 1 hour of downloading. It's, yeah, Conan's just a stupidly large number of gigabytes. Five minutes. Get some frost lotus in that time. Plot swamp area near their SP game, Spider Temple. Yeah. Never really went too far down the Zath rabbit hole, but I've seen some people who've gone all out with him, especially with the aesthetics. You know, there'd be a challenge run. Can you beat Conan Exiles with only spiders? Still more entertaining than Death Trader Cold War? Huh. Well, I'm glad that it's entertaining, so. Zip over here real quick. Yeah, it used to be 60 gig. I think it's like 120 now that SIFT is a part of it too. I remember when honey jerky was the meta for your healing items. Honey jerky and iced tea. Oh hey, there's actually a map room here. Spider grenades are allowed in that challenge. You conquer the world real quick. Hey, look, spider only. As far as I'm concerned, like if there's spider grenades, that just makes the challenge viable. Okay, so frost lotus gathered. Weapon modification already made. Okay, bat creatures and rhino using poison. Bat creatures would be pretty fast. I know where a bunch of them are. Why are all the modern games so massive? Normally it's all the different texture assets. That's where a lot of data tends to come in. Yeah, most modern games, it's all the texture files. That's where the majority of information is stored. It's not like the programming's terribly massive. Nor does it have anything. And the enemy, I mean, the models might. But with 3D models, like legit, the majority of the data comes from the texture files. Hack but will friendly fire, Zath consumable. Yeah, no, I'd say that's totally viable for a spider only run. I mean, so far as I'm concerned, if you want to see, hey, can you beat Conan Exiles with only spiders? Then it's basically, can you defeat the key bosses with only spiders? I think that would be the basis of any can you challenge in Conan. It's like, what boss can you beat with certain weapon restrictions? Like, how many bosses can you beat with just your fists? How many can you beat with just spiders? Like, there's no need to start a fresh game every single time. Just be like, hey, here's my build. Here's all the bosses I can beat with this build. Because everything beyond that is just a matter of grinding. Probably better harvest these guys. They drop demon blood. Everything else I can drop, but demon blood's kind of important. Game's able to be within a day, especially if you skip cutscenes. And we go. You can beat Conan in like, I know under 2 hours is possible. So all you need to do is just take out the key bosses, and get the key items. And if you grab a lucky roll from an early legendary chest, it's even more viable. Conan Exiles speedrunning is a thing to watch, but very much make or break it in the opening minutes. As you either successfully take out the giant crocodile with daggers in order to get your first legendary weapon, and even then you want to get a good legendary weapon, or you don't. And as for your legendary weapon, you want some kind of two-hander. Pirates, I don't think it'd be too rough. Scourge Stone, you need to take out the giant crocodile. Some pirates. Then the insect queen. Like the insect queen, I think would be the roughest one of the lot to take out. Human enemies are pretty easy to cheese to death. The giant crocodile you face pretty early on, so it's actually not terribly difficult. Like if you can kill the giant croc to get the legendary weapon, then you have nothing to fear from the required croc. You don't need to face any bat creatures. I guess I'd say the undead dragon would probably give you some trouble. Frost giant, not so much. I think that he'd be one of the easier final bosses. Main problem with that area is the cold. You have to find a way to get some spiced food, but I guess so long as you can take out frost giants, you can farm them for completely sunder a rock nose. Not difficult in theory. The more difficult part is not killing a rock nose before you've completely sundered it. Nice Herrera Golem assembly station. Scaffolding. Another 12 to go, and then we've completed the battle pass, which will be nice. Thunder, rock nose, rhino with poison. Be tagged in the live stream tomorrow? Sure, yeet, yeah. Actually, just hit 1750 subscribers today, so. I'm on the way to 2K. It's slow, but it is happening. Usually for that one to handcraft the basic Warhammer. The 10 strength. Now, maybe to technically beat the game, you could just craft a basic one, but if you want to speed run the game, then you got to get a legendary weapon early on. The final fight in the volcano is not difficult. If you have ice to consume, then that's fairly manageable. The Witch Queen's not that bad either. Oh wait, is there that new restriction now? Where you can't open those chests until you're level 60? I remember that. I think that's a thing now. If that is a thing now, then that would change speedrun strats because you wouldn't be able to get legendaries. Challenge? What? The can you beat bosses with certain things challenge? Well, that's the thing. It's like basic Warhammer, like, sure. Well, the thing is, like, what are all the restrictions? I think the ultimate question is how many bosses can you beat with just your fists? Find what bosses are and are not beatable fist only. I mean, in theory, if you could dodge perfectly, any boss would be beatable fist only. But I'm thinking something like the Arena Champion, like some of the harder bosses. I don't think you're beating them fist only. Oh, the Rock Nose? I mean, yeah, true. Yeah, true. For the just completely sunder a Rock Nose, just make a basic one. The other problem would be the follower, because guaranteed Area the Ravager is going to start going pokey pokey. And he's probably going to have just a field day. An Obsidian Spear does a heck of a lot of damage. Or I suppose I could just give him a basic club and take away his spear. Best way to do it is single player and just spawn in messing with health or damage mods. Yeah, like, I'll be honest, it does kind of feel like cheating just to go single player and grind out battle passes. Well, I got the Glasser from that one. Command him to stop, you can. Like, command him to stop moving or stop fighting, but follower commands are always kind of janky. I know there's rock noses over this way, so yeah, I can craft the stone club real quick. Actually, I could command the follower just to go full pacifist. That'd probably get the job done. Probably just complete this last challenge with the rock noses, then head back to base and wrap up for the night. 'Cause it has been a long day. We're hitting about the 3-hour mark. Parry, engagement, attack nothing. Time attack. Only at what, 15 strength. Should be enough to sunder a rock nose without killing it. Maybe not. Okay, maybe if I only hit them with the sunder attack and no other attack. That or I'll have to find stronger rock noses, because those ones drop pretty fast. Yeah, that did it. Close. Right. That gets us scaffolding. Just 11 more to go. I have a lot of them. For the moment, I'd say that's good. Let's get back to base. No, not the little rinky-dinky base I have here that I occasionally refresh. Still exists. Ah, yes, the story of Braga and his companion. Meet Braga if you head up north. Very sensible gentleman. Go. Back to base, lickety split. Need to rebuild this bridge thing over here a bit more. It's not really in an ideal spot right here for traveling from the spot. Obelisk? Yeah, let's call it the obelisk. Stairs on that side too for easy ramp access. Home sweet home. Back inside a bit until our followers teleport in. There we go. All right. Well, thank you all very much for showing up and sticking out for all this time. Oh, I wish y'all a good night. Yeah. Good night, Warband. We finally beat this season of Kurak. Wonder if he'll stick around for the next season or if that dungeon's a one-shot. Well, find out eventually. Peace out, Warband.